Oh no! I'm surrounded! And I don't have any weapons. Oh well. The years of my magic training will finally pay off. I'm not afraid of you monsters. Impulsion! Fury of Blades! Ha! I bet you don't like that, monsters. Okay, I've got to get out of here. Die, witches! Okay, oh no, no, no. I can do it. Leap of faith! And yes, I made this escape. Hello everyone and welcome to the Angel of Vengeance mod showcase. This is a magical mod that adds 3 magical classes. Right now I am a caster, but there's also a healer and a defender. And we're gonna take a look at all of them in just a second. So the first thing you need to do is build this statue. You gotta build it exactly like that, and it's kinda simple, it's just vanilla blocks. And once you build it, you gotta click on it using a diamond, just like this. And this statue will turn into that small statue, and this is where you can get your abilities. Now, we already took a quick look at the caster class, and we're gonna come back to it and see some more abilities in action. But let's start with the defender. So normally you will get your levels by using your abilities. So there is caster, there is healer and defender. For caster you gotta attack mobs with your first ability and then other abilities that you unlock to get levels. For healer obviously you need to heal, and for defender you need to initially block attacks because initially I think you don't have any abilities. Yeah, the first thing you unlock is plus 5% to dodge, so pretty much as a defender you gotta be really tanky, and this class helps you get more and more powerful, and it helps you have more health. So initially all you need to do is grab a shield and pretty much just block attacks from mobs, and you will level up like that. So yeah, that's what you will normally do, but I will just use this creative item to get levels, so that I can show you all of the abilities. Now, let's take a quick look at them, and then I will spawn a bunch of mobs, and we're gonna try to fight against them. So, what I have here is Aid, number 1, that gives me Absorption and 5% bonus to dodge. So, other than abilities, all of those classes also have some passive stats. So, Defender has Dodge and Double Strike. Dodge allows me to literally dodge enemy attacks. So now dodge is 25, that means that if some evil mob tries to hit me, there is a 25% chance that I will completely ignore this damage. And the other stat is a double strike, which means that if I hit a mob once, there's a chance that it will be a double strike, and instead this mob will take 2 damage. Or, you know, damage equals to 2 attacks. So abilities, I have Aid, which I can use to quickly give myself Absorption, which is, well, additional hearts, and plus 5 to dodge. Then there's a Shield of Faith that gives me or some other entity resistance. So not only you can get tanky, but you can also make your friends be a bit stronger as well with some of those abilities. Then there is Zeal that improves my double strike. There is Invoke Mass, which means that certain spells and abilities have double range and are cast as area of effect, which is good because for something like Shield of Faith, you don't really have to choose between, oh, should I give it to myself or should I give it to my friend? If you're playing on a multiplayer server, you can just use it and you will have it, and all of your friends around you will have it as well. And then there's a Stalwart Pact, which means that upon reaching half or less of health, you are granted Absorption 3 and Regeneration 3. So if you are in some really bad situation, this thing might very well save your life. So right now I have a diamond armor on me, I have a sword with, actually let's just get a normal diamond sword, and I will get a shield. Spawn a bunch of mobs and see how well I will be able to fight against them. Now, I will spawn a lot of mobs, and I'm not gonna try to really kill them. All I need to know is just how well will I be able to survive using all of these abilities. So let's activate things. Let's pretty much activate everything right now, except for aid, because I don't really need hearts right now. Actually, I mean, absorption, yeah, that's good. And it gives me 2 hearts, and now I have everything, so if my health gets too low, the Stalwart Pact will trigger, and I also have Zeal and other things, so let's go. Look at the dodge working. I'm not blocking those attacks. It's just that they're shooting at me and nothing happens because of some percentage. Now, witches, oh my god, they're doing a lot of damage, but look at that. Still not a whole lot. I mean, it seems like I'm poisoned, and I have slowness on me, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. And I'm able to fight against them. I'm not really using anything. I'm not blocking any attacks. I'm just standing here with a shield, and my dodge is doing everything for me. And oh my god, the Minecraft is frozen now. What is going on? Well, as a defender, you are so strong that Minecraft will crash before mobs will kill you. That's how strong you are. And okay, I'm back now, and it looks like the Stalwart Pact has already been triggered, because I have a lot of absorption, and as you can see, my regeneration is insane. I just regenerated all of my hearts in just a few seconds. So as a defender, you can be really strong, you can have a lot of health, and you can also give your allies some bonuses as well. And look at the mobs, they're now fighting each other. So this is the defender class. Now let's take a look at the healer. Oh boy, I still have poison on me. Gee. And also just some quick basics. When you get your abilities, you have a new hotbar on the top of your screen. All you need to do is press Alt, and you will switch to this hotbar, and you can choose your abilities. All abilities have charges and cooldowns. So cooldown is pretty self-explanatory. The charges is a number of times you can use your ability, and you can restore your charges by going back to this statue and just clicking on it. And then you can also reset your skills. You can make a minor reset, which will give you all of your skill points back, but you cannot change your class. Or there is a full reset. So if you want to just choose some other abilities within the same class, you will choose a minor reset. But if you want to change class, you will have to use a full reset, but you will lose all of your levels. So you will have to get them all back again. So now let's take a look at the healer, and then later on I will grab a caster, and I will use all of those insane abilities that I used in the beginning on this horde of mobs, or whatever will survive of it. So healers are obviously all about healing, and as you can see, I have a whole lot of abilities, and all of them are pretty much healing, healing, healing. So some are more specific than others, and some abilities are for some very specific things. For example, for healing some specific effects like blindness or wither. Some are just healing. And I think there are different kinds of healing, so some healing just restores more health than others. And then there's a few area of effect abilities that you will benefit from, and also everyone around you, like positive energy burst that heals everything around you, including you, and cures all harmful effects. So that's really powerful. Then there's energy aura that creates an aura around you to heal you and, well, once again, to heal you and everything around you for a period of time. But I think having this class in a single player might be a little bit wasteful. It's better if you have it and you're playing on a multiplayer server with other people, but in a single player, I mean, you will still benefit from those abilities, but it's just that you will be much more useful in a multiplayer. But hey, you can heal yourself, and maybe you want to be a healer to heal some mobs, and you can do that with this class. And yes, some of those auras that you have, like energy burst, are really powerful and really good even for a single player. And also those abilities do damage to to the undead mobs. So it's not all that bad for a single player. Let's try to cure a zombie. And the zombie took damage, and I would imagine he will take more damage from some more powerful healing. But right now, let's take a look at the caster again. So as a caster, you are all about using magic, really powerful magic. So one of the first things you will unlock is a Nimbus Ray and a Searing Light, which is pretty much just a beam of light that does damage. Then there is Slay Living, I think. Yes, that destroys a living target, but not the undead targets. And let's do it on a sheep. I'm sorry, sheep. Yes, it's okay, it was a testing sheep. I spawned it using a command block. It wasn't even real. It's all just a simulation. And this sheep died, so this is an effect specifically against living targets. And then there's a flame strike that summons a ball of fire to strike the ground, dealing damage to entities and setting them on fire. Now, I think you really need to be outside, because I tried to use it in the dungeon and it didn't work. But when you're outside, this fireball storms from the sky and attacks mobs. Wow, I actually didn't expect for this zombie to be affected. So the range of this thing is pretty good, and we're definitely gonna use it on this large armada of mobs very soon. There is also destruction that works on both undead and living entities. A blade barrier that creates a ring of blades, and anyone who tries to enter or leave this ring will get damaged, except for you, I assume. So maybe even other players, I'm not sure about that. And then there is Impulsion that makes mobs around you randomly pretty much just die. Just like this. And the area of effect of this ability is really big, so you can just activate it if you are in a really bad situation, like I was in the beginning in this dungeon, and a lot of mobs around you in a pretty big area will just die. And then there's a Leap of Faith, which will allow you to fly for just a few seconds, and then you will be able to glide down for 15 seconds, and you will have those beautiful wings. So maybe if you are on top of the mountain and you want to get down, you can use this ability. Or if you want to make a jump like the one I did earlier in the dungeon, this will be useful as well. Okay, so now let's go back to our army of mobs and let's use some of those abilities against them. Alright, so once again we have a lot of mobs in here, and I'm just gonna use it from the creative. I just wanna see them burn. Oh, look at this fireball. Look at them burn. They will all die from this one fireball. Oh my god. Zombies dead, skeletons dead. Witches are a bit more powerful, huh? Actually, wow, they didn't take any damage from that at all. Now, these ones are taking damage, but those other ones have regeneration on them, so they survived, but most of the mobs are dead. And let's use Destruction on you, let's use Slay Living on you, which shouldn't work, and yes, confirmed, doesn't work on the undead targets. Blade Barrier kills mobs that try to enter. No, come back, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh yes, can't touch me. Bam, bam, bam. And then there is Impulsion, one of the best things, which will make a lot of them just explode. For some reason, just 2 exploded. I think maybe because I was in the air, sort of on a different level from them. I don't know. And also, I gotta mention that every single one of those classes have something called Selective Focus. Selective Focus makes it so that your spells will no longer affect monsters if they benefit from the spell, or friendly players and creatures if they will be harmed by the spell. So normally, if you are a caster and you have a friend defender that just fights against mobs, and you drop a fireball on top of your friend and on top of all of those mobs, then you will hit your friend with this fireball. But if you grab this Selective Focus, then well, the enemy mobs will be affected, but your friend defender will be totally fine. And instead of double strike and dodge, Casters and healers improve the number of charges they have and spell power they have, which spell power I assume makes your spells stronger and makes you do more damage or more healing. And that's it with the Angel of Vengeance mod showcase. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're not subscribed yet, then consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.